Honey, come here. Honey, come. Honey, come here. Honey. Okay, we got it. Thank you. I know. Thank you. Thank you. I got it. Thank you. Honey, come here. Honey, come here. Honey. Honey. Hello. How you doing? Putting another egg in. It's the 5th of 6 eggs. One more egg to go. It's always so satisfying when you can crack an egg and not get shells all over the place or break the yolk. Right, we don't want to overmix. Right now I'm mixing. First I beat the sugar and the butter for about 8 minutes till I got really light and fluffy. And now we're adding 1 egg in at a time for a total of 6 eggs. And let's see if you can guess what I'm making. Any guesses in the chat of what I might be making today? Right now we have sugar, we have butter, we've made them fluffy, we've got eggs, 6 eggs. We're about to put the 6th egg in, egg número 6, número 6, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 6. How do you say egg in French? I don't know how to say egg in French. Número 6. All right. So we're gonna mix that in, but not too much. Okay. And then we have our dry ingredients, and we have our wet ingredients. And I'm gonna mix this up really quick because this is milk with vanilla extract and vanilla paste in it. And so because of the paste settles to the bottom. I like to make sure that I get it all mixed into the milk so that we don't lose any of that yummy vanilla, because vanilla is our star ingredient today. What time is it? It is 5:50 p.m. in California. 5:50 p.m. on a Friday. I went out last night, so tonight is just a nice quiet night in, baking a little something, hanging out with the YouTubes, hanging out with you all. Okay, so now at this stage of the game, the batter is loose enough that we're gonna swap out the paddle because it's pretty easy to clean the paddle right now. It's 2 p.m. in France. Oh, well, Saturday afternoon? Is it Saturday already over there? Or 2 in the morning for you? 2 in the morning for you. Okay, so we're gonna take our paddle out because right now it's relatively easy to clean it and not get too much batter stuck on it. And so now we're gonna get this out of the way. Give me 1 second, because I like to clean up as I go along. But yes, it's Saturday already. Okay, get the mixer out of the way so that it's not on the counter. Now we put you back where you were. Hi, hello, hi. Okay, so now we have our dry and we have our wet. And we have our sugar, butter, and eggs. So we're gonna go dry, wet, dry, wet, dry is our sequence. So first we go dry. give. And now I like to mix from the outside of the bowl in. Not cookies, but not cookies. I'll let you guess. So right now we're just kind of folding in our flour so that we're not over mixing our batter. So we get that folded in. Starts to look a little bit like Play-Doh, like loose Play-Doh. Now we're gonna take our milk, check it again, see how the vanilla bean paste has settled? So I like to mix it a little bit so that we get all that vanilla into the milk. Now we're gonna do half of our milk mixture into our batter. And now we mix this in, mix, mix, mix. Make sure to always scrape down the sides of your bowl. Every little bit of batter counts. It all counts. So now our batter is a little more loose. It's like obviously a little more wet. It starts to look almost like it's curdled a little bit. So we're gonna take some more dry mixture. Now our dry mixture is cake flour, baking powder, and salt. That'll give you an idea of what I'm making. What do you think it is now? If it's cake flour, baking powder, and salt. And then we have milk, vanilla, eggs, sugar, and butter. What do you think I'm making? All right, I'm gonna go back to mix, mix, mix. Scraping the sides of the bowls. Mix, mix, mix. This is where I get my muscles in handy. Mix, mix, mix. Scraping the sides of our bowl. Okay, now we're gonna take the last of our milk with vanilla. We're gonna mix that one more time. Get all of that yummy goodness in there. And see, we got all the vanilla out. Clean while you go if you can. All right, so we have the last of our wet mixture in our batter. I'm making vanilla pound cake. That's what I'm making. But I'm making mini cakes. So we're gonna make tiny cakes. Not tiny, but small cakes. I like making individual servings of things whenever I can. Makes it easier and more fun to share with the neighbors and friends and just random people. All right, so our batter now is looking liquidy again, but it looks good. I can see the speckles of the vanilla in there, which is so yummy, which is why I love using the vanilla bean paste. But you also get more of that deeper vanilla flavor, which is what I want. With the vanilla bean paste. So what I'm making, it's a recipe I've been working on for a while. I wanted to replicate like the old school in the freezer Sara Lee pound cake. And so this is as close as I've gotten, tweaking this recipe little by little. And it's a vanilla pound cake recipe. Which I've also, by special request, modified into a grapefruit pound cake, which, oh my God, if you've never had grapefruit pound cake, I highly recommend it. I am almost ready to make a full video with the recipe. I just need to finish tweaking the recipe a tiny bit more just to make sure that it's consistent and replicable. But yes, grapefruit pound cake is that girl. Okay, so we have our batter. It looks a little like Here, it's gonna be easier if I just take you like this. So it looks a little like this. That's our batter. And it's about like that is your consistency, right? So if I was doing a big cake mold, like I usually put her in here, but today we're trying a new pan for the first time and we're gonna make them small. So I've also made tiny cakelets in here. And so what I've found helps is using a cookie scooper just to help with our measuring out of the dough. So we get a scoop and we're gonna put it in our pan. And so for this pan, I can already see by eyeballing it that this is probably gonna be 2 scoops per mold. And we're aiming to get the batter about halfway to 2/3 full. You don't want it to get to the brim because obviously, if you know about baking, as it bakes, it's gonna rise. It'll rise because it'll be alive, darling. It's alive. So we're gonna scoopy scoop some batter into our pan. We're just gonna loosely right now, let's just get batter in here and we'll make it pretty in a second. For now, let's just get some batter divided into our pan. It's a little messy right now, but we're gonna work with it. So good. Okay, this is getting heavy. Boom. Boom, 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 boom. And then a little bit more here. A little bit more there. Ooh, it almost tastes like vanilla ice cream. That little bit that I tasted. Okay, I'm eyeballing these, and at a glance, I'm just gonna top a couple of these off with a tiny bit more batter. And then what we're gonna do is tap it a little bit, tap, tap, tap for our pan. And then with our chopstick that I used to mix the vanilla, I'm just gonna very gently kind of try to get these as even as possible. Not perfect, but you know, somewhat even. So that's what I'm gonna do here. See if I can get it at an angle that you can see me. There you go. Can you see it? There we go. So just very gently spread your batter out so it's somewhat even. I also sprayed the pan with the baking formula of the PAM, which helps our little cakes release when it's time to, like Elsa, let it go and get out of your little mold. At some point, we all gotta get out of our molds, right? And live free. Okay, so we have one pan down. We're gonna put this to the side. And now I'm gonna prepare this pan. And we're gonna make some smaller cakelets. So we have our baking pan. Just telling you, comes in handy. Okay, I like to hold the pan sideways so that you can keep your can sideways, because you want to keep your can sideways to get the spraying nice. So just a little circular action. I'm trying to see if I can do it so you can see it. And you want to get in those little crevices, because if not, your cake won't release and your little mold pattern will get lost. And what we're doing here is trying to work smarter, not harder, because I love presentation. But the great thing about these molds is that the mold does half the work for you about making it look good. All right. We have our pan prepared. And now we go back to our batter. And we take our cookie, ¿cómo se dice? Whatchamacallit? You know what I mean? You know what I mean. We're gonna scoop some dough in there. Get it all in there. Now for this pan, 1 scoop and a tiny bit more is more than enough. We get our batter. We scoop it. We get our batter and we scoop it. Get our batter and we scoop it. We get our batter and we scoop it. We get our batter and we scoop it. Now I'm going to top these off so that they're even. And again, we're shooting for halfway to 3/4 full in the pan. So we're going to spread these out, get these nice and even for our little flower tiny cakes. Spread these out. Can you see? You can see. So we're using our metal chopstick just to kind of even out our batter. Actually, okay. Perfectionist tendencies come in real handy when you do stuff like this. No, they don't. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. We're gonna set this aside right here. And I still have batter left because it's technically supposed to be for this and cakelets. I didn't know this this mini pan back here, it's the first time I'm using it. So I wasn't sure how it was gonna how the batter was going to distribute, but I'm just going to take the rest of the batter and put it in here. It'll be a shorter cake than it normally is, so we do have to keep an eye on it in the oven, but we're just going to spread our batter around and make do with what we have. And this can is on its way out. Okay, I'm going to go get another one of these. I'll be right back. And we're back. Okay, so we take our pan, we hold it sideways. Oop. So we get the sides. Beautiful. Now, we're going to take our batter. then we're gonna pour it into our pan. This is a really delicious pound cake. And the best part is that if you need something that you can make a couple of days in advance before you need it, this is the recipe for you, because it actually gets better. Like day 1 out of the oven, beautiful, yummy, delicious. Next day, oh my God, how could that even get better? And then day 2, oh my gosh, this is like the best pound cake ever. So if you want something that you need a recipe that you can make ahead of time, highly recommend this vanilla pound cake recipe, which again, I'm considering. Once I feel confident that this recipe, I'm at the point now that I feel like the batter comes out consistently at the consistency. Ooh, say that 3 times. It comes out consistently at the consistency that I want it to be. Because again, right, before you share a recipe, you got to make sure that you yourself can replicate it enough times. So I feel like I'm almost there. Now I'm just playing with proportions, which is what we're doing today. Just playing with proportions and the scale and the ratio of the dough. So this is going to give me a mini cake, like a very shallow, short cake. But these are all going to go into the oven at the same time, which is going to be now. And you're going to wish me luck. Okay, first we're going to make sure, highly recommend if you like baking, you should invest in a little thermometer that sits in your oven, because most of the time, whatever your machine says doesn't match what's in the oven. Like I usually have to tinker the number a little bit to get it just right. So it's been sitting, preheating for quite a while. So we're going to check our temperature, which is supposed to be 325. It's a little bit slightly above 325. So we're going to bring this down and we're going to check our time. So these should all bake for about 20 to 25 minutes, given they're small. If it was a cake, a full cake in the full pan, that would be closer to an hour. But we're gonna, because this is a lot more thin and more shallow than usual, this will probably be about 30 minutes. This will be probably about 22 minutes. And this will probably be about 25 minutes. But we'll just start taking a look in there around the 22-minute mark, poking with toothpicks. But for now, we're going to put it in. All right. All right, our cake pans are in the oven. I'm going to set an alarm. I'm going to go hang out with my dog and then come and clean the dishes before the cakes come out of the oven. Thank you for hanging out with me. I hope you're having a good Friday/Saturday wherever you are in the world. I'll be back either later to decorate the cake. Not decorate, but finish it off. Probably, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm either going to do... Oh, the good thing is that with all the little cakes, we can do different toppings. So I think maybe a couple of them can be like whipped cream and strawberries. And then a couple of them can be like melted white chocolate with like pistachio and like freeze-dried raspberry. So we're going to play around with, you know, dressing the cakes once they're out of the oven and obviously cooled and all of that. But for now, I'm going to go hang out. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm MeMeCherry. I like to bake. I have a podcast. I also like to rhinestone things like stockings and Labubu's. So if you like any of that, give me a subscribe, hit a like, come hang out in my little corner of the world. I'll be back either later or tomorrow. But thanks for hanging out with me. Bye.